I'm so glad you want to know more about the Yourself Truly program. Over my career as a psychologist, I realized that so many women share the exact same struggle to really accept and care for ourselves, and it wreaks havoc in our lives. I became passionate about really helping women and society with this crisis because I really believe that the world needs us women right now to show up with our full hearts and voices.
I met Charlotte and really wanted to learn how to care for myself more, and she's an expert and has so much wisdom.
I think the best thing about Charlotte that makes her such an amazing teacher is who she is. Every time I think about Charlotte, she makes me think of warmth and love, and she's just like human sunshine. I honestly don't know if I've ever met somebody who is as true and as loving and as pure a person as Charlotte is.
It's become crystal clear to me over the last 15 years working with hundreds of women that the absolute fundamental aspect of having a happy, fulfilling life and healthy relationships with others is how we relate to ourselves.
If I'm loving myself, then I'm going to be more present in the relationship. If I'm loving myself, I'm also going to be a better mom to my 3 boys. So I think if you're feeding yourself instead of just giving, you're actually going to be able to give a lot more.
So what exactly is the Yourself Truly program? Our time together in Yourself Truly will consist of 10 modules covering every aspect of learning to love yourself, from self-expression, self-nurturance, to caring what others think. And so on each module, I'll give a video presentation, and then I'll bring in a top expert to share with you in that area. And I'll guide an experiential process to take you deep inside and help change you from the inside out. And I'll interview an inspirational woman who can share with you her journey to love herself as well. So once you sign up for the course, every 2 days for 10 weeks, you'll get an email from me guiding you to the next piece of material so that you feel held throughout the whole process. And if you'd rather just immerse yourself in it and do it all in one weekend, we can give you access to the whole course up front. So it's meant to really help you feel held throughout and connected to a powerful community of women who also want to reclaim their lives and really learn to care for themselves as well.
When I do find time to take care of myself, I think that it is very rewarding because it allows me to reset my clock, my internal clock of be it frustration or worry or concern or that frazzled feeling you get when you're busy all the time. And so I'm allowed to reset that. And so I can be a little bit more chill with my kids and have a little bit more fun with them, or be more playful with my husband, and when you've got 20 minutes not to be the wife, not to be the mom, and just be you, it allows you to go back into those roles and be a happier mom and a happier wife and reconnect with each of those people who are important.
My hope for this course is really that you can find more vitality and energy and really plug those energy leaks that come from all the self-doubt, the self-criticism, the trying to be different than you are, and instead just feel like a natural, loving presence with yourself that allows you to be free to be fully who you are.
I think as human beings, and especially as women in particular, we deserve to be happy and we deserve to thrive. And I think this course really helps us understand ourselves and understand the world around us so that we can be our best selves.
There are so many reasons that we hold ourselves back, and usually they're really powerful and often go back to childhood. And so we have to really understand why we're stuck in certain ways and look at what would happen if we opened to move forward and what we're afraid of. Yourself Truly would give you the tools to actually be brave and look deep and be willing to listen inside to find out, what are you really afraid of, and what do you need to face that, and what is it giving you to hold on to the way things are, or to hold on to your defenses, or to keep people out, or to keep yourself down. So I think understanding yourself better, spending time really diving in and reflecting on the process and what it takes to get unstuck and move forward is how we start to manifest and move and create beautiful things in our lives.
Charlotte's put together a really interesting kind of mix of everything. So she starts each module off with a little lecture where she really gives, I think, her perspective as a licensed psychologist and her years of experience with working with people who really need this, what she thinks kind of on a more professional perspective, right? And then she has a little experiential exercise, which is really great for people who need to feel it, to understand it. Because for me especially, I listen to the lectures and I'm like, oh, that's great, but how do I implement this? What do I actually do in my life? So she has these little exercises where you can really practice self-love and self-acceptance, etc. And then she has interviews with other professionals and other people who are exactly like me, other people in the community who just, they're similar in age to me or they have similar backgrounds. And it's really nice to be able to see like, hey, you can do this. You can be loving. You can love yourself. And you can have a thriving life just like all these other people did. And we're really trying to build it out as a community as well. So there's like a Facebook group where members can kind of chat with each other, share their struggles, share their ideas as they're kind of going through the course. So it's kind of a blend of, I think, Charlotte's own professional perspective and learning, and then also putting into practice as well. So that's really great.
For me, there was a really poignant part of the course is when Charlotte is teaching us how to reparent this place that didn't really get held as a child. And she said many things that were profound, but the one thing that just shocked me right through the heart is when she started saying, it's not your fault. The pain you're feeling is not your fault. The suffering that you're having right now is not your fault.
You're going to be surprised. You think you've probably heard all the things that there are to hear about self-love, but there's so much more to it.
So my hope for yourself truly is that you can really experience this kind of transformation and feel really solid and resilient, really loving yourself in a way that is unshakable deep down. Like we all have our days, but you can fall back on this real knowledge and feeling from your heart that you're good enough and that you're beautiful, and understanding how amazing you are in some visceral way. So many other women have walked that journey, and I really would love to share it with you too.
Charlotte's been doing this for so long and has helped so many women.
I guess the biggest thing is that I trust Charlotte. I trust her to take me on this journey, to find better ways to care for myself and accept myself.
All I can say is I was pleasantly surprised by how full and how complete this course was. It's a very easy course. It flows so naturally you don't even realize you're learning and growing, and by the end it's like this, wow, I can't believe how much I got out of that.
I know jumping into yourself truly is an act of trust in me, and I want to honor that by letting you know that if at any point you're not satisfied, I'd be glad to give you a full refund with no questions asked. We priced it a little bit less than what my clients pay for 2 45-minute individual sessions with me. And in Yourself Truly, we get the whole 10 weeks together to really dive in. But if the program is not affordable to you, I would really love for you to reach out and email me so that we can make an alternate arrangement. Because I really want every woman who wants to go through this program and grow in this way to be able to. Because I really believe it will not only make us feel more happy and free, but be really good for the world.
I think for me, the course is, it's living material. I think a lot of people, when they enroll in online courses, this type, they'll go through all the lectures, they'll watch the lectures, read the transcripts and say, okay, well, that was cool. I finished a course. I finished my 10 lectures. Yay, go me. And then they kind of forget about it. But I think the way that Charlotte has built the material is she makes suggestions for daily life. She puts a lot of good everyday examples of how you can really implement it. So I think for somebody who's going through the course who may be a little bit on the fence, I like to say that this is a course that really grows with you as you move through the 10 modules, and it's really meant to be kind of a 10-week course. Some people move through it a little faster, some a little slower, whatever pace works for you. But as you move through the material, it's set up in a way that it builds very progressively. So you start out, the very first module is self-love. As you go along, you learn about acceptance and not caring what others think. In the very end, she speaks a little bit about spiritual perspectives, not necessarily a religious perspective, but understanding, what is our place in the world and how can we contribute to it. So it starts out kind of small and it really builds up. And I think if you're really dedicated to the course, it will change many aspects of your life. Not necessarily just self-love, but also how you interact with other people, and how you see other people and how you see yourself in relation to the community that you're in. So I think for people who are really willing to delve into that material and take it all in and practice it, it does change your life.
There is a lot out there on the internet, and there's life coaches and all kinds of people just putting out these video series. They're everywhere. Everybody has a DVD set to sell or whatever, but this one is special.
I encourage people to just explore this, because you're going to learn things that you've never heard before.
I look forward to seeing you on the inside and welcoming you into this program.